You know what's wilder than science fiction? The Pentagon casually developing a weapon that makes you throw up without ever touching you. We're not talking lasers or bullets here. We're talking invisible waves that turn your inner ear into a carnival ride gone wrong. Imagine you're a soldier standing guard in some dusty checkpoint, and suddenly the world starts spinning like you chugged a bottle of tequila in 30 seconds. Your stomach lurches, your knees buckle. Within minutes, you're on the ground retching, and there's not a scratch on you. So how does the US military make someone violently ill without firing a single shot? With something called a directed energy weapon, specifically, one that messes with your vestibular system. That's the fancy term for the balance control center in your inner ear. Here's the thing about your body. It's basically a walking contradiction of amazing engineering and hilarious vulnerabilities. Your inner ear contains these tiny crystals and fluid-filled canals that tell your brain which way is up. Disturb that system with the right frequency, and congratulations, you're instantly seasick on dry land. The military has been playing with this technology for years under various classified programs. They call them non-lethal weapons, which is technically true, but let's be real. When you're vomiting uncontrollably and can't stand up, non-lethal feels like a pretty thin consolation prize. Now picture yourself as the defense contractor pitching this idea to a room full of generals. Gentlemen, what if we could incapacitate hostile forces without killing them, using nothing but precisely tuned electromagnetic or acoustic waves? Cue the sound of checkbooks opening. The beauty of these weapons, if you can call inducing violent nausea beautiful, is their invisibility. You can't see microwaves or infrasound. You can't dodge them, can't armor against them easily, and most importantly, you often can't prove they were even used. Some versions allegedly use millimeter waves that penetrate just beneath your skin, triggering pain receptors and that overwhelming urge to get the hell away from wherever you're standing. Others reportedly use low-frequency sound waves that resonate with your internal organs. Both routes lead to the same miserable destination. The research goes back decades, honestly. During the Cold War, both the US and Soviet Union explored these possibilities. The Soviets even allegedly beamed microwaves at the American embassy in Moscow during the 1970s and 80s, leading to what some called microwave sickness among staff. Here's where it gets properly bizarre. Some of these systems can supposedly be tuned to specific frequencies that affect different people differently. Age, body composition, even your current health status might determine how badly you react. It's personalized warfare, just not in the way anyone advertised. Let's talk about the official line versus reality for a second. Publicly, the military describes these as crowd control tools or area denial systems. Translation: we want to clear protesters or guard perimeters without looking like monsters on CNN. But here's the uncomfortable question nobody wants to answer. If you can make someone dizzy and nauseous, what stops you from cranking up the power? Where's the line between disorientation and permanent damage? The military says they've established safety protocols, but those protocols are classified naturally. The active denial system is probably the most famous example, a millimeter wave projector that feels like your skin is on fire. The military tested it for years, calling it the pain ray. Catchy name, right? It was supposed to revolutionize riot control. But guess what? Turns out people don't love being cooked with invisible radiation. So why haven't these weapons taken over modern warfare? Well, partially because they're finicky. Weather affects them, obstacles block them, and sometimes they just don't work as advertised outside the lab. Nothing says cutting-edge military tech like a weapon that fails when it's raining. There's also the whole Geneva Convention situation. These weapons exist in a legal gray zone. They're not chemical weapons, not biological weapons, not conventional weapons. They're this weird fourth category that international law hasn't quite caught up with yet. Meanwhile, civilians have reported mysterious symptoms, the so-called Havana syndrome, affecting diplomats and intelligence officers worldwide. Sudden vertigo, nausea, headaches, cognitive problems. Some experts think directed energy weapons could explain it. Others call it mass psychogenic illness. Nobody knows for sure, which is exactly how you'd want it if you were deploying secret weapons. Imagine being the target and trying to explain what happened. I was just standing there and then invisible forces made me vomit everywhere. sounds like either bad seafood or a really unconvincing excuse. That's the genius and the horror of it. The military loves talking about escalation of force, options tools that sit between shouting warnings and shooting bullets. These nausea beams theoretically fill that gap. But here's the irony. Giving soldiers more options sometimes just means more opportunities for things to go wrong. Defense budgets for directed energy research have ballooned over the past 20 years. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars annually. That money goes into programs with names like Project Sheriff and Silent Guardian, because apparently the military-industrial complex has a flair for ominous branding. What's genuinely unsettling is how quiet this development has been. While everyone debates drones and AI, the Pentagon has been perfecting ways to weaponize physics itself. No explosions, no blood, just invisible forces, rearranging your biological functions against your will. Some prototypes are allegedly small enough to fit in a vehicle or even be carried by a single operator. Imagine a backpack that makes everyone in front of you desperately nauseated. It's like a supervillain origin story, except it's your tax dollars at work. The testing procedures alone raise eyebrows. How do you ethically test a vomit ray? Do volunteers sign up for this? Is there a military clipboard somewhere with "may test subjects violently ill" check written on it? Critics argue these weapons lower the threshold for using force because they seem harmless. After all, nobody died, right? But ask anyone who's experienced severe vertigo or food poisoning. There are states of being that feel worse than death in the moment. Here's the kicker. We might never know the full extent of what's been developed or deployed. Black budget programs don't exactly send out press releases. The weapons we know about are likely just the tip of a very nauseating iceberg. As adversaries develop their own versions, and they definitely are, we're entering an era where invisible, denied attacks become normal. That's the game behind the headlines. But just wait until someone figures out how to miniaturize these things into something truly portable. Tomorrow's battlefield might be even stranger than today's secret labs.